Well, good cool morning, everybody. I say cool in a relative sense. It's pretty warm out, but it's a beautiful morning once again. I'm sitting out back in our paddock area, and I have to let you see this. Yeah, you see, we sit back here in the paddock where all the goats and sheep munch away on the grass, but we have a nice little spot set up here for us to relax and enjoy and have a cup of coffee and stuff like that. Uh, Nice cool glass of iced tea, that sort of thing. Uh, I was looking at our Old Testament lesson that's coming up this Sunday, and stay tuned tomorrow for some goodies on this one. It's from the prophet Isaiah. It's our Take It to the Coffee Shop. You can really show off your knowledge of the Bible come tomorrow, so stay tuned. But just a word about our text for Sunday. It's from Isaiah, the 55th chapter, and it's only 13 verses long. I'm looking at it right now. 13 verses long, but it's just filled with stuff. There's a lot of the verses that you'll read in there you can find on greeting cards, on wall hangings, things like that, little gems of scripture. A whole bunch of them are packed into these 13 verses. But as I was thinking about all of you posting on Facebook your vacation pictures and you're sitting around campfires, you're going on hikes, things like that, it reminded me of the last couple verses of chapter 55. I'd like to read those. For you shall go out in joy and be led back in peace. The mountains and hills before you shall burst into song, and all the trees of the field shall clap their hands. Instead of the thorn shall come up cypress. Instead of the brier shall come up the myrtle. And it shall be to the Lord for a memorial, for an everlasting sign that shall not be cut off. Now, that last part might be a little more of a head scratcher, like what exactly he's talking about. But how about that first part? You should go out and enjoy and be led back in peace. Does that sound like a vacation? Well, sometimes it's kind of crazy when you first get home, unpacking all the dirty stuff, right? But yeah, vacations are meant to be that peaceful time, that where you kind of get it all back together and reconnect with the wonderful, awesome world around us, and the mountains and the hills before you bursting into song. Let me tell you, when I see those Facebook posts, that's exactly what is happening. And not only do I hear the mountains and the hills bursting into song, I can hear you bursting into song as well. What a awesome way to spend your summertime, to go out and enjoy this wonderful creation that God has given us. And the last part, it's really not all that it's not to where you can't understand it, okay? Look at it. Instead of the thorn will spring up the cypress. In other words, you don't want all those jagger bushes getting in your way. What you want to see are beautiful cypress trees. And it's the same with the briars. Instead of the briars, there'll be myrtle. Myrtle, which is kind of a bushy tree, but that's probably the branches that were cut off the trees and used on the road for Jesus as he was entering into Jerusalem on Palm Sunday. Myrtle. Or the people would use them when they were celebrating some of their festivals at the temple. So, that's a summertime passage if I ever saw one. It really is. And it was a passage that the prophet Isaiah spoke, just part of the whole here, but a very integral part of the passage in which he's telling the people who are still in exile in Babylon, who had been carried away by the bad guys, that, hey, the day is almost here. You are going back home. And when that day comes, those mountains and hills are going to shout for joy. In the midst of our bad times, in the midst of the times that make us just want to crawl under a rock and wither away, we have hope. That is what Isaiah is giving the people, a word of hope from God, saying, good things are about to happen. Just hang in there. Hang in there. Put your hope and trust in me. Because pretty soon you're going to hear the sound of music. That was a bad one, wasn't it? Come on, Sound of Music, mountains, the hills are alive with the sound of music. Hey, it's true. It's biblical, isn't it? God bless you. Have a wonderful, incredible, joyous, music-filled day.